going to be talking very shortly now about Travelife and how you can use that platform. But we need to know about how we can market using these techniques to these different customers. What different channels are there available to us? Well, there are two things that most businesses need to do constantly. They need to be marketing their own business, the name, the trademark, and their products, so what it is you offer. Okay? Those are the two things that you can sell to people. Reliability based on your reputation and the features of the product that you're selling. And you don't just sell to one group. You generally might, particularly if you're an inbound operator, then or a DMC, then you might be doing B2B and B2C. Does everyone understand those words? Yeah, good. So you've got to think about what strategies you would use for each of those different scenarios. If you're looking at you selling your company, your reputation, then you need to show people how your sustainability that you've built into your whole ethos is going to give them a better quality product. So, this gives you an edge, it gives you a competitive advantage over other people. If you give some form of certification as a means of verifying that, then that gives some assumption that actually it does what it says on the tin because somebody has independently inspected it. So that's the value of having certification. We already know sustainability is quality plus because it's extra added value on top of everything else that you do. And so it does increase the value of your brand. Okay? Now, sustainable products. You've got these different strategies, haven't you? You can either think about sustaining the products that you've already got, or you could try and look for ready-made sustainable products. You've got that different approach. One might be more difficult than the other, depending on whether or not you can find those in the first place. But if you're working with international partners, they might be able to help you out because they don't work in isolation either. They gather together in groups like this and they constantly talk about the business. So they might be able to say to you, well, actually, we do know that so-and-so uses this or that, and they can help you to create something that they would then find more palatable to sell to their customers. This is the Travelife market. This is a platform within Travelife where you can find sustainable business partners. Now, Ivis is going to talk in a few minutes about Travelife, and when we look at the different levels of engagement, then that determines how you can use this. When you first go into Travelife at the basic level, then you can see it. It's available to see, okay? But you can't actually sit in there as a sustainable product until you've got some formal recognition of that. So you would have to reach partner level before you could actually go in there. So you could assume that all of these businesses that are inside there are Travelife partner level or equivalent. Some of them are more historical, the reason that they're in there.
It's for every country?
Well, it's not extensive at the moment, because the number of people that have got these certifications and whatever are quite low. There's a fair number in there, but not as much as we would like. And so we're still at the beginning of quite a long journey with it, but it's a good starting point. But there are other platforms, it's not the only one.
Okay. This is a lot of countries or just...
Oh yeah, there's a lot of countries in there, yeah. It's not just a few countries. And obviously when you select one, then it gives you a full description of the potential business partner. It talks about the aspects of that business that are showcasing sustainability. So you can really see, is this business something that's going to complement what I do, and can I therefore use it in the most profitable way? Now then, we've got these two different types of purchasing opportunity. Okay? We call them green shops and green corners. And this is where you've got to remember the little bit we did on the different types of customers. Ethical customers, feel-good customers. Forget about the also rans at the bottom, the switch-offs. Don't worry about them, the switch-offs. Think about the ethical and the feel-goods, okay? Green shops. These are places, they don't have to be physical shops. Anything that's, any portal that is selling is a shop. Even if it's online, it's a shop. So a green shop is where you would only find sustainable products. Nothing else. Everything in that shop is sustainable. A green corner is a part of a non-green shop, a black shop, or whatever you want to call it, that has been painted green because it's got green products in it. Okay, now what's the significance of these? Well, if you're an ethical customer, you don't want to wade through all of the products in this shop to find the green corner. You want to go to a place where you get your ethical products, so you go to a green shop, because that's all you're looking for. If you're a feel-good customer, then you're not looking for sustainability, so this actually doesn't attract you at all. You're not looking for it. You don't go into the green shop because you think it's something a bit unusual and strange. You don't understand it. But if you go into the normal shop and stumble across a green corner, there's an opportunity there to look at the added value of purchasing those goods. So this appeals to the feel goods. The feel goods might go for products in there. This is direct marketing to the ethical customers. And the trick is to have a combination of these according to what you do as a business that really matches your product to the customer profile that you're trying to look for. Now, where can we find them? Well, in the tourism sector, there are on the online, there are quite a lot of green shops. So these are some websites that are devoted to sustainable products only. Responsibletravel.com, I'm sure lots of you have heard of before. This is this isn't a tour operator. It's I suppose, a sort of dynamic packager, but they showcase other people's products. But then you go onto responsibletravel.com. If you find something you like, then your click through takes you to the website of the person that's advertising in there. So they come to your site. Okay? Responsible Travel doesn't sell like a travel agent. It just passes people on. But the click through process is all recorded. So that then, if there's a sale, take a commission on that, and it's all done automatically. It's all logged. Okay? It's a similar sort of situation with some of these others, and they speak for themselves. ResponsibleHotels.com is about accommodations. Ethical Travel, it's trying to replicate responsible travel in some respects. It's not as widely known. It's relatively new compared to responsibletravel.com. It's been around for a long while, but it's an interesting website, and I would definitely sort of go and have a look at it. I've got some pages coming up. And similarly with these others, forumanderreisen.de is in fact the smallest tour operator trade association in Germany. There are three main tour operator associations, DRV or DRV, ASR and Forum Andersreisen, FAS. But this association is only for ethical operators. There's responsibletravel.com's website. What can we say? It's that's what you'll find when you land on there. This is responsiblehotels.com. They all give this message the minute you look at them of being something that's quite green and sustainable, don't they? You can, look about it. This is interesting. Urban Adventures. This is a tour operator advertising on those platforms. Ethical Travel Portal. Okay, all similar platforms. Now then, those were the green shops. These are the green corners. And this is often the case. You often only find green corners because there are no green shops for certain sectors, but there are for travel. And you need to have these because you don't want to lose out on all of those other customers that are not ethical. So it's your normal distribution channels, but you actually put in, if it's not already there, a green set of products, and you put it under an umbrella so that people can identify it. And tour operators in Europe, for instance, if they're selling hotels, then they use things like labelling to signify the green corners. So this might be a brochure. I mean, this is a brochure for Virgin Holidays, this is a brochure for well, what was formerly part of First Choice Holidays, and there's lots and lots of hotels and resorts in both of those brochures. Some of them carry this logo, which is the Travelife award, so there are several green corners throughout the brochure. And it isn't a set of pages. Some organise it like that, others sprinkle it across the shop. We still call them corners. That's actually in the wrong place, because that's a green shop. The Travelife collection, you won't find anything in there that's not got a Travelife award, so it's a green shop. Should have come up before. Okay? Did you get that?